Suffering in Islam is not seen as a punishment. It is a purification, a means of elevation, a whisper from Allah calling His servant back to Him. And in that surrender, there is peace, a peace rooted not in circumstances, but in certainty that whatever Allah decrees is ultimately for the good of the soul. Reason 2, the power of dua. When the world turns silent, when friends drift, when voices fade, and when the weight of life becomes too heavy to carry, Muslims turn inward. And in that silence, they speak to the one who never stops listening. This sacred act is called dua, a direct, personal conversation with Allah. No formalities, no barriers, no need for the right words, just the raw voice of the heart, whispered or wept in moments of joy, desperation, or stillness. The Prophet Muhammad beautifully said, "Dua is the essence of worship." Sunan al-Tirmidhi. Because dua is more than asking, it's healing, it's surrender, it's placing your worries into the hands of the one who holds the entire universe. Dua reminds Muslims that they are never truly alone, that even when the world doesn't understand their pain, Allah does. Even when no one sees their silent tears, Allah sees. Even when they can't put their feelings into words, Allah already knows. In the quiet moments before dawn, in the depth of sujood, or while staring into the night sky, Muslims pour their hearts out to their Lord, sometimes with words, sometimes with tears, and sometimes with nothing but silence, because even that is heard by Allah. And in those moments, hope is restored, not because the problem disappears, but because the believer remembers there is always one who listens, responds, and never leaves. Reason 3, a sense of Ummah Muslims never suffer alone. Even in the darkest moments, through grief, hardship, or loss, they are not left to carry the weight of pain by themselves. That's because they are part of something greater than themselves. The Ummah, a global family of believers, bound not by geography or culture, but by faith. This connection runs deep. It's not symbolic, it's real. When one Muslim suffers, others feel it. When a tragedy strikes in one corner of the world, prayers, aid, and support rise from another. This isn't just emotion. It's a lived reality rooted in the teachings of Islam. The Prophet Muhammad said, "The believers are like one body. If one part of the body hurts, the rest of the body feels the pain, staying awake and feverish." Bukhari and Muslim. This hadith isn't just a metaphor. It's a description of how the Ummah moves with compassion, how it aches together, and how it heals together. When one person loses a home, others help rebuild. When someone cries in private, others make dua for them in their sujood. When one region faces famine, disaster, or war, the rest respond with charity, solidarity, and care. This bond provides more than emotional support. It becomes a spiritual refuge. Knowing that others care, pray, and act reminds the believer that they are never alone. And sometimes that connection becomes a physical rescue, bringing food, shelter, medical aid, or simply a listening ear. In a world that often feels isolating, the Ummah is a lifeline. It reflects the mercy of Islam in action, a faith not just of personal rituals, but of collective compassion, a faith where pain is shared, burdens are lightened, and hearts are lifted together. Reason 4, hope is worship. Despair is not just a feeling, it's a test, a storm that shakes the soul, clouds the heart, and makes the future feel uncertain. But even in that darkness, holding on to hope is not weakness, it is worship. In Islam, hope isn't naive, it's not wishful thinking. It is a powerful act of faith, a quiet rebellion against despair, a sacred trust in Allah's mercy, even when nothing else makes sense. The Qur'an gently reminds us, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Indeed, Allah forgives all sins. Indeed, it is He who is the forgiving, the merciful. Surah Az-Zumar 39:53. These aren't just words. They are a divine invitation to never give up, to believe that no matter how heavy the burden, how far one has fallen, or how deep the sorrow runs, Allah's mercy is always near. That mercy is infinite. It is wider than the sky, deeper than the oceans and more enduring than the pain we carry. It reaches those who think they're too broken. It heals those who think they're too far gone. And it never runs out. So when despair whispers, "It's over," hope replies with the voice of faith, "Allah is still with me." And in that moment, choosing hope, choosing to trust in His plan, to keep praying, to keep walking even with tired steps, that is not just strength. It is worship. It is surrender. It is sacred. Despair may knock at every door. It comes with loss, heartbreak, fear, and the heaviness of life's unanswered questions. It visits the strong and the weary, the hopeful and the hopeless. No one is untouched by its shadow. But Muslims are taught something powerful. You don't meet despair with fear. You meet it with faith, patience, and love. Not because the pain isn't real. It is. Islam never denies the weight of sorrow, the sting of grief, or the ache of human experience. Even the Prophet Muhammad, the most beloved of Allah, wept, grieved, and faced immense trials. But he also showed us how to rise with dignity and trust in the one who sees all. Because in every moment of despair, there is a choice to be consumed by the darkness or to turn toward the light. And Muslims believe deep in their hearts that Allah's light is always stronger than the darkness. No matter how long the night, the dawn always comes. No matter how heavy the burden, mercy is near. And no matter how broken a heart may feel, Allah is closer than the jugular vein, ready to heal, to guide, and to lift. So Muslims open the door to despair, not with fear, but with sabr, patience, tawakkul, trust, and love for the one who never leaves them alone. Because they know the darkness may visit, but it will never stay where Allah's light lives. Share this message with someone who needs a reminder today. And remember, even in the darkest night, the stars still shine. Subscribe for more heart-touching Islamic reflection.